Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad you're here today. Today's video is all about baggy jeans. Okay, I am so excited about baggy jeans. I talked about in a blog post a while back why I think I like some of the trends that are repeating right now. I'm not usually a trendy person. I like to pick and take, but lately I feel like I'm picking and taking more trends, and I think that's because the clothes that are coming back in popularity right now are styles that were similar to the ones or the same ones that I wore as a young person. So trends are I think people love trends because in a way it's like a little tiny version of reliving your youth, but not in the desperate trying to reclaim your youth because you're feeling old, although I do feel kind of old sometimes, but more along the lines of that recapturing that feeling you had when you were young of just feeling on the verge of everything new and fresh. And something about re-wearing those trends from the 90s and beyond just makes me feel reconnected with younger Andrea, and I really like that, so I'm not going to complain. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent before this video is even getting started. So this video is all about how to style baggy jeans. I'm going to give you guys 5 tips on how to style baggy jeans. But first, before I get into that, I kind of want to break down a little bit the baggy jean styles I'm seeing. So the first one I want to talk about is the pair I'm actually wearing right now, which I will hopefully put in a cutaway right here. So these are almost palazzo style, super wide, swallow your shoes. They create kind of a triangle shape, and I would call these wide baggy jeans. I'll be honest, I followed the lead of my daughters on these. I watched them get pairs that were similar and they just rocked them. They look so cool. I'm so proud of even my youngest, who is really into style. For being a young person, she's 10. She was wearing them when no one her age else was wearing them, and they look so good on her. So anyway, I like this style of baggy jeans because that triangle shape, it works really well for my body type because I have broad shoulders, so anything that kind of goes out creates a balance to my shoulders and just makes the whole look balanced and pleasing to the eye. So for that reason, I'm very drawn to sort of the wide baggy. The other style I'm seeing is what I'd call the 90s baggy. Kind of do you remember when everyone wore Levi's silver tabs? Do you remember these jeans? They almost were they were baggy, and then they almost came back in at the bottom, but not really. They didn't flare out. They kind of were straight, but they were decidedly loose through the thigh, the knee, the calf. So these are styles that I'm seeing on Pinterest a lot, and I almost couldn't I put my finger on how it was different until I ended up kind of accidentally ordering a pair. So this is a style I've seen on Hailey Bieber a lot. She's such an amazing trendsetter, and I've pinned this sort of style over and over. And what I haven't decided for my personal aesthetic is how long do I like them? Do I like where it sort of bags and breaks above the shoe line, or do I want less of that, excess baggy? So the pair that I recently bought, I ordered from the Shop Bop sale. I waited for months, and I had my eye on this pair, and it's billed, I'll put my book down. It's billed as a trouser jean from Citizens of Humanity, but when I got it, I thought it would be more of a triangle shape, again with that trouser sort of an opening at the bottom and then more narrower towards the top. But these are almost wider at the knee than they are at the leg opening. So they're loose, but then they sort of come back in. So I tried these in my true size. This is my pair. I haven't returned it yet, and I haven't decided if I'm gonna keep it. And the inseam on these is 34 inches. Oh my goodness. I'm 30 is my ankle, so 32 is pretty good, but 34 is a lot of denim. So if I keep these, I might cut them and do a raw hem, or I might take them and have them have the original hems reattached. But I like this because we've been wearing crop jeans for so long, and for me this creates such a different look, and it's just so interesting. And when you change your denim silhouette, you basically take your whole wardrobe, because we wear jeans so much, you take So you take your whole wardrobe and you kind of give everything like a new look, because the jeans are just so different, especially when it's such a departure in terms of like length. Like if you go from like, you know, 2 inches of crop to like 2 inches of excess, that's just a totally different look. So it makes like your cardigans, your sweaters, your t-shirts, your blazers, it just makes everything look different. And that's, I think, why I love jeans so much and why I love following jean trends so much, because one shift like that you can just have a lot of fun. So anyway, so with this pair, I would call it more like the baggy straight kind of, but it's like looser than a straight. This baggy 90s look is, I think, one that is newly emerging in my mind. Like I know it's been out there, but I'm just sort of wrapping my head around it, and I love the way it looks. It looks so cool. Let me know in the comments if you think I should keep these. Honestly, like, what do you think? And if I do keep them, I don't think I can deal with the 34-inch inseam. So would you do a raw hem, or would you reattach the original hem? I'd love to know your thoughts on that. So as I mentioned, baggy jeans or changing jeans, different jean silhouettes can totally bring new life to your whole closet, right? But so how on earth do we style them? What kind of style principles apply? I mean, obviously these are like the polar opposite of skinny jeans, right? So you can't just wear all the same stuff you're wearing with your skinny jeans with your baggy jeans, because it might not look right. So how do we style them? This is where hopefully this video comes in hand and is helpful for you. So I have 5 tips. But one more thing before we get to the 5 tips. I like to look at like, what is your goal when getting dressed? And for me, I want, when I am wearing like something that's bold, when I'm wearing anything, I want to look intentional, but not like overly intentional. But when something like baggy jeans, which can look like really sloppy, I want them to look intentional, like I intended to wear this look. And then the other goal I have is I like balance in my outfits. Like I was talking about with the wider leg jeans and how they create balance with the upper half of my body. So I like my outfit to feel balanced. So for example, like I wouldn't wear big wide baggy jeans, big chunky Doc Martens, and then like a top with like spaghetti straps, like, because that would just, the outfit would be like this pyramid, and that would feel really unbalanced with like the delicate top and the big bottom. Okay, so the first tip I have for styling baggy jeans is to not buy them too tight. I sort of picked up this tip from watching my friend Helen's YouTube video. She did this big review on all these jeans, and she mentioned that something, I don't remember what she said, but something about sizing that really like was kind of like a light bulb moment for me. So I don't know why, I always try and squeeze into like the smallest jeans I can. It's like, oh, they're gonna stretch out, I don't want them to be too loose, or blah, 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 blah. But I think that's like a leftover mindset from wearing skinnies, where we didn't want like saggy butt syndrome or, you know, bagged out pants. Now with looser fit jeans, you don't need them to be so tight everywhere. So anyway, so from watching my friend Helen's lovely, amazing styling video, which I'll link down in the description, she talked about how, you know, you want to have room, and basically like sometimes too, like by the time you like tuck in your shirt and stuff, it takes up even more room in your jeans. So if we buy our jeans that fit perfectly just right, but there's no room for tucking, it's like, what's the point? Then that's probably too small. So for this particular pair, I ordered them in my true size, and I was like, oh, are they too big? So then I ordered them in a size down, and I could totally fit into the size down. I even fit, like, they were comfortable, but I just didn't think they looked good. They were so tight on the front area, my crotch, I'll just say it. They just looked too tight. I don't think that the look of super tight down here is a good one when you're going for baggy jeans. So when you're trying on your pair, probably just order your usual size, because I think that's how they're making them, is with like a slightly looser fit in mind. So don't size down, and make sure when you do get yours that there's room. Like, can you tuck in a shirt? Like, are they gonna kind of like slouch and look effortless instead of like suctioned onto your body? Tip number 2, use your top to create balance with the volume of the pants. So I think the best way really is to have a defined waist when you're wearing baggy jeans. It sort of like lets your legs be long and lets you show that you do have a little bit of shape, even though you're wearing all these like big fun baggy clothes. So So the way I like to do that, there's like kind of three like types of tops I like to wear. One would be a fitted top, so something that, you know, hugs your waistline and is just more sort of slim on top. Bodysuits are a great option. The second thing I would do it is with a crop top. So it doesn't even have to be like a tight crop top. It could be like a way loose, but something that sort of creates like a break and shows like a leg line. So it could be like a crop sweatshirt, a crop sweater. You could even do this with like sort of like front tucking a sweater or a sweatshirt. Again, it just sort of like gives like a long leg line. And then the third way is tucking, kind of like right now. So I have this shirt tucked in, and it just, instead of this just hanging like square, it gives me a waist. So those are the three rules, or three, I guess, these aren't rules, guys. These are tips, guidelines, just suggestions to be helpful. So we've got fitted top, crop top, tuck top. Another way that you could achieve this too is by like tying a top, but I don't do that a ton. I used to do that more in the past, but I don't do that. It kind of would make your like wide leg baggy jeans have sort of like a 70s vibe, and if you're going for that, then that's cool. But just another thought on that. The third tip is to create overall total outfit balance is to be mindful of your shoes. So like if you have a top that's daintier on top, like a more delicate cardigan, have your shoes sort of reflect that. Again, you don't want like the top heavy outfit or the bottom heavy outfit. So if you were gonna wear like a cardigan or like this blouse, maybe on the bottom you could wear like mules or something that's like a little more, not demure, but just not so visually heavy. Now on the other side of that, like let's say I have this really cute t-shirt and I tuck it in, it's kind of like nice and baggy, but it's tucked. And then on the bottom, I want a little more volume. So I could wear these platform Converse or my Nike Air Force Ones, just anything that sort of creates, I guess it's like symmetry in your outfit. My fourth tip for styling baggy jeans is to emulate the long lines with like a third piece. So for example, you could wear like a long cardigan or a long overshirt or just something that almost like echoes. So that's another thing that makes outfits visually interesting, is like when there are repeating elements. So like long wide legs of a pants and a long line of like a top. It seems to me proportion wise, if it's long, it's better if it's more fitted through the shoulders. So you're not ending up with an outfit that's too unbalanced or visually heavy. So tip number 5 is to go intentionally oversized. Now this one feels really bold. It feels outside of my comfort zone. And I think it's probably best to be done with like the 90s style baggy pants rather than the wide baggy pants. But you could take like an oversized blazer, because who doesn't love oversized blazers right now? Those are like my favorite third piece to wear, because makes every distressed jeans, Birkenstocks, sneakers, everything, all those casual things I love, they look just right with the blazer. Anyway, so like an oversized blazer with baggy jeans, great look. It makes the jeans look intentional, like we talked about as the goal at the beginning. They're baggy, but the blazer says, I know what I'm doing, and this is a look I'm intentionally going for. You could even try like a way oversized sweatshirt, and that would be a very 90s look. And you probably would want to finish it off with like a chunky sneaker. Another way that you could style all oversized with your baggy jeans, again, I think this would work best with like the 90s style baggy jeans, is an overshirt. I don't know if you've seen it on Pinterest, but I've seen it all over my Pinterest. These girls wearing basically like men's wear shirts, but open over like a tank top or a little tee as like their third piece. I love it. It's a great way to do like trendy colors. You could bring in, like I bought this one from Aritzia and it has green stripes and it's beautiful and it's oversized, and I just love it with every outfit I wear. It's a great third piece, but again, you kind of got the baggy, and it's an intentional all oversized look. Or I picked up this green shirt from the thrift store, from the men's section. Again, always check the men's section of the thrift store. I swear I score there way more than I ever do in the women's section. That is an awesome way to kind of like have fun with your outfit and again, make it look more intentional. You could even do it with just a white Oxford, and that's like, okay, that's like classic, and modern and chic, like all at once. So goals. Anyway, okay, that's all the tips I have today. I'm so glad that you guys have watched the video all the way through. Thank you for making it to the end. Thank you for being here. As always, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and definitely leave me a comment. I love the comments I get on YouTube. All right, thanks for being here, guys.